I want to say to everyone, you know, that I hope that that brother made it home safely. I hope that he now has a different perspective.
50 Cent has been having a fucking ball.
I don't want a big house no more.
Because it's so long?
I don't care what's going on down there. I don't want to go over there, huh?
Love to share game with the young hustlers. I'm a boss, keeping it true to the culture. If I wanted to sell 250 the first week, you think Rose couldn't have played that game?
I got some music that I'm working on.
You do?
I did something currently, me, Eminem, and Tupac. It's coming out shortly.
Hey, boy, Pac been dead 30 years. Let the man rest in peace. And Eminem, come on now. Come on, Curtis. Put them shoes out, let them flop, and do your Tony Yayo Lloyd Banks remix, baby. Come on, baby, let's go.
We good, man.
I want to go viral this morning, so Curtis, I ain't finished with you. I saw you making excuses of why you was kicked off the shows, blamed it on the black woman. She's the creator, she wrote it. It's her show. Ghost was her show, Kanan was her show. She gave you $3,500 an episode. Just to do little posts and all that. Be loyal to the black woman the way you are to Eminem. She gave you an opportunity.
I did something currently, me, Eminem, and Tupac. Yeah.
What? I mean, we're confused about the Tupac of it. Only just,
What
are you doing? AI?
It's his estate. We got, no, it's not AI. It's actually.
It's some of his stuff that hasn't been released.
His music?
And they gave you the green light.
What? That just broke some news.
Yeah, and they gave you the green light to use it?
Yeah, they delivered it. It actually was for the theme for the fight, Street Fighter.
Yeah.
The movie.
Yeah.
So, and then we worked on it and got it right, so.
So when does that drop?
Soon. It'll be coming out shortly.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
That's big.
Hey, so I got somebody in the DM. Y'all talking shit. It's y'all. Y'all want to bet, Rose? We want to bet, but I ain't got no cash up, but I want to bet you. Okay, so now me being a boss, I got to come up with something.
On top of that, Ricky goes on to troll 50 Cent, being that 50 said that he has new music dropping with Eminem, and also continues to troll him, basically saying that them G-Unit sneakers that 50's gonna drop are gonna flop.
But I heard you say you finna release new music with Eminem and Tupac. Hey, boy, Pac been dead 30 years. Let the man rest in peace. And Eminem, come on now. Come on. Come on, Curtis. Put them shoes out, let them flop, and do your Tony Yayo Lloyd Banks remix, baby. Come on, baby, let's go. Those G-Unit sneakers gonna be in Costco, baby. I like the Lloyd Banks ones better than all the other ones. Them other ain't even got no sneakers. But 50, give Lloyd Banks his own high top sneaker. And since the street ain't happening no more, you know what I'm saying? You can focus on the sneakers.
By chart data, Rick Ross's Set in Stone debuted at number 39 on this week's Billboard 200, selling 19,000 copies. 19,000 copies. Is it me? Is that 19,000 for Rick Ross a flop?
50, who own your masters? Who own your masters? I buy your masters. You better shut up. I will buy your masters.
You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. Like, have to take Canada, Rick Ross got fucked.
So they're just arguing, two rich guys arguing about nonsense.
Mahogany caskets, that's on fire. That's me and Tip. Me and my dog, motherfucking Lucci, just dropped Ring Around the Rose. It's on fire. Y'all know I'm shooting videos to everything. Rose rich, and it's a plus. The catalog shooting up. The catalog, I still own my catalog as of today. I bought a mansion on Miami Star Island. It's worth 97 plus million, and it's a beautiful dream home, the most exclusive island in South Florida, and also an incredible investment. I'm 50 million in. I purchased it for 35 million. I put another 15 or 20 in it. It's worth 97 plus million right now. Real estate is an amazing situation.
Rick Ross just got hit with one of the most personal shots in his ongoing feud with 50 Cent. And this time, it wasn't about music. Ross had been flexing his huge mansion, calling it a $100 million property, and arguing that real success can't be judged by one album's first week numbers. But 50 quickly flipped the conversation, claiming the same mansion was allegedly available to rent on Airbnb. Basically, his point was simple. If the place is really worth $100 million, why would it supposedly be rented out to strangers? That instantly put Ross's luxury image under the microscope. Still, there's a major catch. Based on the reporting available, neither Rick Ross nor Airbnb had publicly confirmed 50's specific claim. So for now, it remains an allegation coming from one of Ross's biggest longtime rivals. And this drama didn't start with the mansion. It started with Ross's new album, Set in Stone.
It's $100 million house. Them y'all be talking about can't even show you a palm tree in their front yard.
Rick Ross posted a video flexing a $100 million estate while taking shots at 50 Cent, but 50 Cent quickly clapped back to expose the entire flex as fake. 50 claimed Ross was just standing at an open house that is actually listed on Airbnb.
I love to share game with the young hustlers. I'm a boss. Keeping it true to the culture. If I wanted to sell 250 the first week, you think Rose couldn't have played that game? Them was played to sell $250,000 the first week? That shit cheap. Them y'all be talking about can't even show you a motherfucking palm tree in their front yard. This $100 million house. But look, 50. Boy, I see you struggling making that G-Unit film studio out there in Louisiana where that cheapest land at. You thought you was gonna be able to do it. You thought you was gonna be able to get them loans, and it ain't. What's wrong? What's taking so long?
Let's talk about him. He's saying he is pushing back from Shreveport. What does that mean? He's invested with all of this property that he's bought. Does that mean that he doesn't want to work with the city of Shreveport and these ventures anymore? What does that mean?
Well, you know, It
talk with him.
It says what it says. I have not talked to him since the post. And as I've said to many, many people, I learned a long time ago I'm a really terrible mind reader. Mm-hmm. So I'm not going to infer anything from what he says. And when we get a chance to talk, we'll clear the air.
Not the album that he swore Drake was going to flop. Not this. Oh, okay, go ahead. Yeah, so after Rick Ross's album Set in Stone flopped, 50 Cent decided to speak out against it, which caused Ross to fire back.
I got a DM say, Rose, how you feel about what 50 said? And I said, what did 50 say? Excuse me, before you mention what 50 said, let me ask how's it going over there in Shreveport?
All right, Curtis 50 Cent Jackson.
I've heard of him.
Yeah, we all have. Let's talk about him. He's saying he is pushing back from Shreveport. What does that mean? He's invested with all of this property that he's bought. Does that mean that he doesn't want to work with the city of Shreveport and these ventures anymore? What does that mean?
You borrowed all them people money. Did you return their money back? And because Shreveport ain't give you the loans you was looking for. Because they smart. LA don't need a fucking film studio. Hollywood don't need. Why would you need a film studio? You're stealing people money. Get them people back their money, Curtis. Now.
Released July 17th through Gamma and Maybach Music Group, the project featured T.I., Jeezy, Gucci Mane, French Montana, Don Toliver, Kodak Black, The Dream, Leon Thomas, Big X the Plug, and more.
I got a question. Would you rather have paddies in your size, enjoy your entire bottle of Luke Belaire, conversating business with the boss, or listening to the vinyl with Ricky Rose and taking your autographed CD home? What would you rather have?
Rick Ross, the BOAT, says that if he wanted to sell 200,000-300,000 copies the first week, like all these other guys, he could have done that too.
22,000 the first week, 20 the second week. People with all these followers sell other products outside of the music. Why their sneakers can't sell, alcohol can't sell, why everything else you do outside of music is unsuccessful. The new flex is no bots. Y'all know it's crazy? These say they could sell 300 gazillion streams in the first 3 weeks, but where your clothesline at then? Why you ain't selling no shoes? You should be able to sell protein shakes if you sell that many streams. Y'all should be selling peptides. You should be able to sell anything if those numbers weren't inflated. Now Google all of their other assets outside of music. They spirits business, clothes business, this business, everything else. SMS audio out of bit.
This is not the same Rick Ross. This is lowest week selling ever.
Despite that stacked lineup, reports said the album moved around 19,000 equivalent album units during its first week. But that doesn't mean 19,000 people actually bought the album. Billboard's system combines purchases, streams, and certain track sales into one total. Reports claimed only around 2,096 units came from traditional sales, with streaming making up most of the rest.
I told y'all I'm playing the long game with my album, Set in Stone out now. We pulled the streaming report for Set in Stone first 2 weeks. With 63.5 million streams, that equates to approximately 42.5K albums sold, which does not include the physical products. That's equivalent to Ricky Rose selling 22,000 the first week and 20 the second week, which is no fall off. It's a long game we playing here, guys.
So he did drop Set in Stone recently, but he only did 22,000. 50 Cent has been having a fucking ball. Posted Ross, he says, Ross hits a new chart low with his new album. He says, LOL, I'm sorry, it's over. Can't fake it forever. He also posted something else. He says, Rick Ross concert, Detroit, Michigan, 8:30. Start time was 8 p.m. He says, goddamn, I never seen it this bad before. What you gonna focus on, the wings?
Yo, who told Rick Ross that it was a good idea to go missing from music for 20 years and then drop an album and try to go on tour?
Let's make sure we keep the album as the discussion. As a boss, that's my responsibility. You feel me? Let's continue to discuss the album. Set in stone, what you love, what you may not, please do. You know what I'm saying? Leave it in the comments. Make sure it's looking like a fucking scene from 300. You know what I'm saying? Those who love what they love, rep it, you know what I mean? The Empire, what's up? But everybody, man, it ain't nothing but love, you heard me? Set in Stone out now, the boat.
Even the reported chart position became messy, with different reports listing Ross at either number 39 or number 46. The conflicting chart positions should be handled carefully because both numbers can't automatically be treated as correct. But one thing in the supplied reporting is clear. Set in Stone was a major drop compared with Rick Ross's past chart success. Reports say 10 of his previous 11 solo albums debuted inside the Billboard 200 Top 10, while several projects, including Port of Miami, Trilla, Deeper Than Rap, God Forgives, I Don't, and Mastermind, reached number 1. Even Richer Than I Ever Been, which reportedly debuted at number 22 in 2021, was already seen as a slowdown. So when Set in Stone came in much lower, people immediately started comparing the numbers, and 50 Cent wasted no time jumping into the drama.
This $100 million house. Them y'all be talking about can't even show you a palm tree in their front yard.
Rick Ross posted a video flexing a $100 million estate while taking shots at 50 Cent, but 50 Cent quickly clapped back to expose the entire flex as fake. 50 claimed Ross was just standing at an open house that is actually listed on Airbnb.
Either you attacking Rick Ross.
And is it me attacking Rick Ross or is it Rick Ross attacking me?
But why would you even respond to a Rick Ross?
Why ignore it when I could destroy him and create a portfolio of dead bodies that indicate to artists it's not cool to try and compete when you're not ready? I could be above the culture and then you'll know what you'll say. Because of my financial success, you'll say, oh, he feels like he's bigger than everything else that's there.
But you haven't destroyed Rick Ross's career.
What's Rick Ross' last album? Triple C's. You know how many copies the record sold?
No.
4,000 copies? What is destroyed? Because you went to the gym the first few days and the coach called you champ, don't mean you ready to fight Floyd Mayweather.
34,388 copies, and you know they went and bought some.
Oh, so you saying the label bought Rick Ross's album?
Oh. Anybody would have panicked.
Oh,
you saw the number trending, like you was, so you was trending 20?
Every day I'm hustling, I'm thinking that's who he is. Then you look at the guy, you go, wait, it's a cop.
I mean, Ricky, don't you see what the real boats in the industry are doing? Not even Jay-Z went out to drop an album this year. He clearly knows this is Iceman season.
What? You listen to his new album?
Oh, Trick.
Your baby daddy.
Rick Ross's brand new album is a complete disaster.
Ross came out and like the numbers on streaming were mad low.
Dog, I was Aiden Ross with streams before Aiden Ross had ever streamed.
Yo, that line kind of hits different because I think the entire album, I think a recent Drake song like did more than like his whole album in streams.
50 Cent went on Instagram to react to Rick Ross's album only selling about 2K copies. He said, I just saw your record sales. LOL, 2,000. What the fuck?
Tony Yayo calls out Rick Ross after Tony Yayo seen that Tory Lanez sold more copies the first week than Rick Ross did with all his promotion interview runs. And even going on to call out artists like 50 Cent, Drake, and claiming that he was the biggest of all time, that ended up getting outpaced by someone that did zero promotion and is sitting in jail.
Things are not looking good for the rapper Rick Ross, as he has just announced a recent world tour with him struggling to sell any tickets. Now, as you can see right here, this is how one of his venues are looking for a show happening in Miami, Florida, with him barely selling out any tickets and all the green dots indicating seats that haven't been purchased yet. And Rick Ross and his team look to be so desperate to the point that now they're literally offering discounts for any type of seat, with them offering a buy one get 50% off. And with this now occurring to Rick Ross, a lot of people are thinking that the reason as to why he is falling off so bad is because he has been dissing Drake nonstop. For example, in a recent interview, he literally called out Drake and said that his brand new album Iceman was horrendous.
Before the final numbers were even settled, 50 claimed Ross had sold only around 2,000 copies. Later reports put Ross's traditional album sales at roughly 2,096, making 50's early jab surprisingly close to that specific sales figure. From there, 50 turned the situation into a full-on trolling session. He joked about Ross having a stacked feature list without getting the sales many expected, then posted a photo of himself eating popcorn like he was enjoying the whole show. After more reports about Ross's chart performance appeared, 50 shared a screenshot and wrote, "I'm sorry it's over, can't afford you." That short caption hit harder because of their long-running beef. 50 wasn't just clowning one disappointing week. He was using the numbers to question whether Ross's larger-than-life image matched his current commercial performance.
As I said on my story yesterday, 22,000 the first week, 20 the second week. Those drastic fall-offs, guys, that you see with a lot of those other artists is when the numbers are inflated. The bots, to me, the new flex is no bots. Keep it genuine, keep it pure. Let the music fight any battles. You understand? Come on now, this the biggest boss. I'm letting niggas know. Do the long game, baby. That's how we hustling, that's how we winning. We here 20 years later. All right, let's get back to business. I got a question. 50 Cent, after your first album went diamond, no one around you thought it'd be a good idea to renegotiate that horrendous contract you was in for ownership of your masters after that first album? The second album? The third album? The fourth album? You know what, I'm behind the bar, I'm Lord Vader. #1 premium rum in the world. And I want to pour you a shot. Yeah, you. I want to pour you a shot of Bumble rum. This is what you deserve. And believe it or not, you can afford this. Key Rose set in stone, the album of the year. Speaking to the true hip-hop lovers. Never get caught up in the propaganda. Go to the product. Rose putting the dope music out. That's who fight my battles. Don't never come to the table with premeditated hate. When I was a young hustler, I bought Tupac and Big. It was about the music, and that's what it's about now. You gotta remember, since day one, when I was doing $1 million the first week, I was doing 150. 20 years later, here we are. 50 Cent, I see you raising money for your film ideas. You asked a close friend of mine. I saw the renderings, the drawings of what you believe your studio could be like in Shreveport. I'm gonna give you a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to come sit down at the table and present your ideas. I won't make you any promises. Men of business don't discuss the past. It's new money, I'll consider it. You know where I'm at financially. I could change your life.
Rick Ross wasn't buying 50 Cent's definition of success. Instead of arguing over 19,000 album units, Ross switched the whole scoreboard. His point was that 1 week of sales doesn't define a career built over 2 decades. Ross pointed to longevity, businesses, real estate, and staying relevant for years. He questioned what massive streams really mean if an artist can't turn that attention into successful moves outside music. To Ross, the bigger flex is building something that keeps making money long after the hype disappears. That's why he brought up his properties and business interests, presenting them as proof that his success goes far beyond music. But then Ross mentioned what he described as a $100 million double house. And that gave 50 the perfect opening for another shot. 50 didn't really challenge Ross's argument about longevity. Instead, he went straight after the mansion.
When I first began coming to Atlanta, I had seen it on television. I said, wow, 55,000 square feet. Wow, it's mind-blowing. And so I actually had my buddy pull me up over there the first time I got out the car. It's huge. So when I became successful, I started getting money. I actually bought $1 million home, maybe 2 blocks away from Evander Holyfield Estate, where I could ride by it every day.
He mocked Ross for talking about a $100 million property while claiming the same house was allegedly available on Airbnb, using that claim to question Ross's luxury image. But that accusation raises some big questions. Who actually owns the property? What is it really worth? Is it being rented out? And if so, who created the alleged listing? More importantly, does that listing even connect directly to Rick Ross? Those details matter because simply finding a property on Airbnb wouldn't prove Ross has money problems or that his wealth is fake. Renting out an expensive property can happen for plenty of reasons, so 50's claim may sound wild, but without more evidence, it remains an allegation rather than proof. Even if Rick Ross's mansion really was available for short-term rental, that alone wouldn't prove anything shady.
Rick Ross threw some heavy shots at 2 big-name rappers.
Would you put Drake at your level?
Of course not. He's a minion. You can't be afraid of a response from a minion.
Would it ever happen with you and 50 sitting down having a conversation? History, the beef?
What kind of history? That he couldn't dress? That's all I used to tell him. Yo, you can't dress. You're not really getting no money. You don't own your masters. Eminem saved you. Dr. Dre saved you. All the big names. Rose did it himself. For the hustlers, the 1%ers and the potential 1%ers. We all know it's a long way to the top. And I will see you there. We up one. Let's keep grinding. It's set in stone. You feel me? Now, what's your favorite 3 songs on Set in Stone? Those G-Unit sneakers gonna be in Costco, baby. I like the Lloyd Banks ones better than all the other ones. Them other niggas ain't even got no sneakers. But 50, give Lloyd Banks his own high top sneaker. And since the Shreveport shit ain't happening no more, you know what I'm saying? You can focus on the sneakers. And for example, if those numbers not inflated, why can't these same people with all these followers sell other products outside of the music? Why their sneakers can't sell? Why their alcohol can't sell? Why this can't sell? If you genuinely gotten a gazillion people that could do this with your music the first week, why everything else you do outside of music is unsuccessful? Now, the new flex is no bots. You the boat. That's what Ricky Rose is. You know what I'm saying? You feel me?
Wealthy owners rent expensive homes for vacations, events, movie shoots, and business purposes all the time. But social media loves a simple story. Ross says the property is worth $100 million, while 50 Cent claims regular people can supposedly rent it. That contrast was enough to get people talking before the details were even verified. And that part matters. Based on the reporting provided, neither Rick Ross nor Airbnb had publicly confirmed 50's specific claim. So the Airbnb story remains an allegation, not a proven fact. Still, the timing made it hit harder because Ross had just used his wealth and real estate as proof that his success goes far beyond album sales. The mansion quickly became fresh ammo in a feud that has lasted for years. Ross has built a huge part of his public image around luxury. Massive properties, expensive cars, jewelry, businesses, and private aviation. That big boss lifestyle is part of his brand, so critics naturally watch for anything that seems to challenge it. That happened again when Ross was reportedly spotted at an airport preparing to take a commercial flight. Normally, that means absolutely nothing. Millions of people fly commercial every day, including wealthy people. But because Ross has publicly shown off a private jet lifestyle, some people online immediately treated the airport appearance like another controversy.
The big back boat is flying economy. The boat. He's on economy now. Listen, times is hard out here, okay? Niggas are struggling, all right?
Suddenly, something completely normal became another reason for social media to question whether Ross's public image always matches his everyday life. The online argument was simple. If Rick Ross has access to private aviation, why would he ever fly commercial? It sounds suspicious at first, but the economics tell a different story. Private jets are insanely expensive to operate. There's fuel, maintenance, pilots, storage, landing fees, scheduling, and plenty of other costs. Depending on the destination and number of passengers, taking a commercial flight can simply make more sense. Ross has even discussed this idea in The Perfect Day to Boss Up, explaining that flying private isn't always the smartest move. There's a big difference between enjoying luxury and burning money just to prove you're rich. The same logic matters with the Airbnb allegation. Even if Ross's expensive property were genuinely being rented out, that wouldn't automatically mean he's struggling financially. It could simply be business. An expensive asset generating extra income actually fits Ross's argument about playing the long game. The same goes for travel. Someone can have access to a private jet and still choose commercial when it's more practical. Someone can own a mansion and rent it for events, productions, or other purposes. Having millions in assets doesn't mean spending recklessly. It can also mean making moves designed to protect and grow that wealth. Celebrity culture usually doesn't care about the boring financial details. It cares about appearances. Bigger mansion, more expensive cars, private jets. People automatically connect those things with success. That's exactly why Rick Ross's luxury image gives 50 Cent such an easy target. The real argument isn't whether Ross has money. It's whether every part of the larger-than-life image matches reality. That's what made 50's Airbnb allegation spread so fast, even without public confirmation. He wasn't simply clowning Ross over weak album numbers. He was questioning the lifestyle Ross had just used as proof of his success. And Ross definitely wasn't about to let that slide. Once 50 pushed the conversation toward money and business, Ross fired back by looking at 50's own moves. One major target was 50's G-Unit Film and Television Studios project in Shreveport, Louisiana. Ross had previously mocked concept art and renderings connected to the proposed development, questioning what he saw and cracking jokes about how the project was presented. But fans were divided. Some quickly pointed out that concept art isn't supposed to show a finished building. It's simply a visual idea of what a future project could eventually look like. A rendering doesn't prove a finished building already exists. It simply shows what a future project could look like. That created a funny twist in the feud. Ross had accused 50 Cent of using his album numbers to push a misleading story about his career. But now Ross was using images from 50's business plans to question whether those plans would actually become reality. Then the beef moved from building straight into money. Ross questioned 50 about Shreveport and made claims involving money he said was connected to people there. But those comments should be treated as Ross's accusations and trolling, not verified financial facts. Ross kept swinging, mocking G-Unit sneakers and joking that they could end up sitting in Costco. He even brought Lloyd Banks into it, challenging 50 to give his former G-Unit associate his own high-top sneaker. That chaos is exactly why this feud keeps popping off online. Neither rapper stays on one topic for long. Album sales turn into business talk, business turns into mansions, mansions turn into sneaker jokes, and suddenly Shreveport or some old issue gets dragged back onto the timeline. Before long, Set in Stone wasn't even being discussed as just an album anymore. It became ammo in a bigger battle over who was really winning. 50 pointed to the charts, while Ross pointed to longevity, wealth, and business success. Both were basically saying the other guy was using the wrong definition of success. And none of this started with Set in Stone. Their tension goes way back to the mid-2000s, long before Instagram became the go-to place for celebrity beef. For years, Rick Ross and 50 Cent have gone after each other's music, money, businesses, careers, and public image. The topic keeps changing, but the pattern stays the same. One says something, the other fires back. Fans choose sides, screenshots spread, and old interviews suddenly return from the dead. Before anyone knows it, the original argument gets buried under 5 new controversies. That history makes every little jab feel bigger. A joke about business can connect to an old dispute, while one comment about album sales can turn into a debate about someone's entire career. And 50 is especially good at turning these moments into social media chaos. He doesn't need a long speech. A screenshot and one savage sentence can get the timeline moving. That's exactly what happened with Ross's chart numbers and the alleged Airbnb situation. 50 posts something, fans run with it, Ross responds, and suddenly the response becomes another headline. Ross plays the game differently. Instead of accepting 50's argument, he often changes the terms completely. When 50 talks album sales, Ross points to longevity. When 50 mentions chart positions, Ross brings up businesses and property. And when 50 flexes his own achievements, Ross fires back with questions about Shreveport and other ventures. They're basically measuring success with 2 completely different scoreboards. That's why Set in Stone became such useful ammo for 50. It gave him fresh numbers to attack Ross with, and another opening in a feud that never seems to stay on one subject. Chart numbers make easy headlines because they look simple and objective. If an album lands at a certain position, everyone can see the number. But Rick Ross's argument is that one disappointing week can't erase roughly 20 years of success. And that's where this beef gets deeper than just who sold more. Neither Ross nor 50 Cent is only a rapper anymore. They've built businesses, brands, and larger-than-life public images outside music. So when Ross used his mansion as proof of long-term success, 50 saw another opening and went straight after the image Ross was flexing. So what do we actually know? Set in Stone reportedly had a much weaker debut than many of Ross's earlier albums, generating around 19,000 equivalent album units in its first week, with traditional purchases making up only a small part of that total. Ross responded by saying one album cycle doesn't define his career, pointing instead to longevity, businesses, real estate, and staying relevant for decades. Then 50 switched the fight completely. After Ross described his property as a $100 million house, 50 claimed it was allegedly available on Airbnb and used that claim to question Ross's luxury image. However, that Airbnb claim remains an allegation based on the reporting provided. Still, it turned a basic argument about album numbers into a much bigger debate over money, image, and what success really looks like. But there's one important thing to remember. An accusation isn't the same as a confirmed fact. Based on the information provided, neither Rick Ross nor Airbnb had publicly confirmed 50 Cent's specific Airbnb claim. So we can't say the mansion is definitely listed there. And we definitely can't use that alone to claim Ross's wealth is fake. The bigger story is really about perception. Ross wants people to look at roughly 20 years of music, businesses, property, and staying power as proof that he's already successful. 50 wants people looking at the latest numbers and questioning whether Ross's massive luxury image matches every part of reality. Maybe there's something behind the alleged listing. Maybe there's a normal business explanation, or maybe this whole thing blew up because 2 longtime rivals know exactly how to turn one post into major drama, and that's what makes this beef so wild. Ross measures success through longevity and assets, while 50 keeps pointing toward numbers and anything he believes can challenge Ross's image. Somewhere between Billboard charts, businesses, sneakers, private jets, mansions, and endless social media shots, this rivalry has become bigger than music. At this point, they're fighting over who gets to control the story and who the audience believes. So who do you think has the stronger argument, Rick Ross or 50 Cent? Drop your opinion in the comments. If you enjoyed the breakdown, hit the like button, subscribe for more, share this video with someone following the drama, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next story.